we are still at this May 29th, 2015. Forgive me please, I am still a little bit sleepy. I have my biologic rhythms a little changed. You know, I have done 2 videos where Kramer and Alcano intersection human service at this morning were around 8 a.m. and a little earlier than that, sorry. And suddenly it were not really the best ever I will ever do, but suddenly real. There is just a point whenever you say enough. Still dares to keep on chaps, careers making this nasty crap, and keeps on making harms and damages and destructions and making up that I robbed them. And Gibson dares to keep on telling the same and making and forging and groping my devices and robbing what I do, saying that they are the filial of everything I do and they are the source of whatever they say I don't do that I take from them, saying APPS applications, Android applications for software of 8,000 pesos, changing. And you do it because of you like it, for you making intelligence with Windows 8.1 Professional Series, Android applications there. Does it work for you really? I don't use my Android. I take from you Android applications and it doesn't work in me. Policía Federal, enfermedad degenerada y Kirchner's ICD. Sorry, the victims. But well, the clear fact is still extortions and still problems around. And I spent a lifetime of this and I want to finish this. And finishing this is not the worth, the beloved, the precious, to be destroyed or die, neither I. And whenever my turn to be at the way of Hashem, or whenever or however Hashem to determinate, not Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, and neither about us, everyone. Okay, just for the review, Mr. President Barack Obama, and I'm so sorry for those videos and every term which were not the best ever to say, for the name of Adonai, for who I am ever, and for us, the whole, as avoiding denigrations and damages and circumstantial, real things which we don't need. And Mr. President Barack Obama wanted I to say a certain thing which we were talking and discussing for a couple of days ago. And there is the character of these vicious snakes, like officialism, Peronism, Menemism, dualism, and much other, and also I apologize, but there is a very vicious character in this soul of ignorance of a lot of people and others that are handling the flaws like puppets too, intentionally nasty shit. And the reality is that the so famous Vargaliosas, open veins of Latin America, which refers about the reality of what a disaster is on the power and the so real as were happening, but so non-briefed at the reality. And telling this that it means for the oppressor North, which has some implications about Bergaliosa's terms, even ignorance. He didn't know, like much other. The reality of this that comes to happen, as the clear fact that this all is, which oppressed Latin America, the North doesn't let us grow. The capitalism And I'm going to explain you one thing. In United States of America, a lot of things all through history happened. And the most of all were exactly an Gint Ishkat Matsechi Otsua Seshva and Rats, which were a very important Dinshkimat Matlevechtig Nivats. But the thing is not US, because of came from the Inswosloche Dishvachtachis so long. Egypt, Rome, Reich. And the reality is, even Visit Kashevu, which is not Jewish. And we came on suffering so large stories on this. The thing is like this, we the fight for Latin America, and they the capitalism oppresses us in the FMI, and everybody with against that we cannot develop. And saying that they didn't have excuse and they didn't have no choice, but ethnics and culture and the rights of state to and kill our people for the having strength and the saying that they will take positions in the world. And everybody wanted them position, government of the world, the 666. And they had no choice because of Lord also put them out, but they were officially with evangelics, with the pardon of victims. And I'm serious about with this. I say a lot of people is suffering and I don't like it. And it's serious. So at the reality of the soul comes this term which the 666, where the world that expresses the word Adishkati of Armageddon, the real one. That is the world God, El Chai, Adonai, Lord refers. Not the world as we know it. Like naturally you go around countries, seas. No. World Abeat Isheshu, Egypt, Masonry, right? Masonry. Which is the implicance of everyone that were at the business, like naturally then, the original sin root, powers and powers to become like God. With no matter what, genociding, destroying, ruining, and suicidally, they wants to be God no matter what. And he can kill God for they to be like Lucifer. He's exactly the sin, the original sin. So in the middle of this reality, Masonry in the world made them the disasters and the struggles of the hell. And we suffering the cataclysms and abominations naturally. Another night saying enough. So suddenly the oppressed were a very antagony for asbestos who makes bigger pain, bigger disaster, bigger destruction. That domain. So suddenly, there is not US. There is the goddamn shit of a Masonry, which today is 666. Which were causing this, and later in America, at the shadow of the greeting to become. But were no less, and arranging miseries and destructions upon later America, saying because of they command that. And whenever they says they command, I command, is diablos reventados, and makes what they says got to be about diablos reventados. So this is the story of the supposed later America press. The same later America, like I said, is a grand B word in heat for powers of hell to become like a god. And it's exactly that. The situation is, they cause too much pain, and were fraud and fake and shit and lie all over. And later America were murdered, genocided by the class, like I said. So suddenly the reality of the ones that were at the north in the Masonry causing this destruction is even inside the United States of America, Canada, and all over the world, in this complicity with this class all over the world, like later America, Kirchner's, Peronism, Menemism, dualism, officialism, shitism, right? Suddenly is the reality of the agonic-antagonic beasts fighting for the prime side, who makes worse, and who has bigger to tearing, bleeding, and saying, I have the glory. Gonna be cad. Barras. Sorry, so suddenly the reality is, in blech vatsech if ishkot lebechlakim yiraiti apesef, ishpot lemeblech machalakimin. Latin America were not oppressed. Latin America were genocided because of this one of the shares, so we're making disasters all over. Oh, they command. Like, oh, don't you hurt me, but whenever I get up, I'm gonna do to you because of gonna be the devil in the sky. So, the reality were not United States of America to go destroy America and let's take a position, and so they're gonna be us. And destroying the people that doesn't do a thing, actually, and making the arranging and making the, like, perra demonia Sodoma today, they're just saying, está haciéndonos la pulseada. I don't do that. I'm gonna put you dead, perra. So the reality of this, in the fight of powers, the baixos of this atrofia reventada Sodoma y Gomorra, is exactly what we came on suffering. They do, and they says they commence, they are the worthy and they are on top of the world, and everybody, whatever, whoever, especially if of Eladon, submitted, which is not that way, it doesn't have to be that way. The situation is that this fury of perras degeneradas en celo por poder, y poder de tratar de convertirse en Dios, reason why it done to me and to us what they've been doing and still theirs, preventing me every day and every moment, and for more, is exactly what we suffer. It is not planet Earth and each nation, it is Shirtes, the world of Aviati Kaspatu, called Egypt, which is not the nation, it's the shit that we always laugh at. Faraos, diablos, vayan al infierno. And ain't no glory in being a pharaoh, like I said, but abominable shit. Gel chabat lech v'seshuat levatrecha legivisoch leshek harach legimivochalam. And in the middle of the soul, blech v'sifish kob levech mantleki reyasi chishkab levech hiviat v'seshuat levablech machat chanimi v'swati. Ishmet levatreit geide maplef roachvat v'skleti ashmotsumat. And lemeblech v'sech v'shup levech lakim yerech forhat zishkab latwat mablech hivishkwat matsivi eshele ginam. But even the glevech is op levech ledi through the bloody beskat nachali ishmat levech it is at slut shortcut snutchet matlap anri it is stot. The panet fork. Bald to at snustumumvan. But latis hadish low. Republic Helafach niat kataswat lebadashkitso sexuality kshka raat at smatsus pepsa. I don't think so. And through this all just came a lot of other problems, and we find out Enfermedad General de Gomorra telling that besides everything that they says they done, and they has in prices on what I've done, making the billory on me, like French degenerates being at the reality of the destruction inside, saying that it's gonna make them stronger except for the victims themselves. So bears and tolerates and provokes for the being destroyed, saying that they're gonna be strongest and are cyberest than any Sodoma degenerado around. And make the Blebechlachidishkati murdering and destroying whenever I say to them I nav, and I'm not you. I am Elisel, and I am Elie. And I'm not Fag, and you are going to die like that. And I am the one of El Chai, not Legion. So in the middle of this, also for the Sodoma, you are not Elia, unless the reality of something of God, Legion, and you don't do nothing like I do, and you won't be. Nothing but excrements with the rest. And saying that they had condecoration by Cristina Fernandez Gomorrah versus Gomorrah. Between demons, they understand each other, yeah. And the reality of degree of law, doctorated. I have it! In base of what I do and Danny Schmelfers and others of US and ICC. Pretending to making and staging over theatralizing, sorry. And they're saying some other, even that and through the Atleveseki Shkoblevechlaki Mirefachtia for Smota Beleskisha, Bevlevechalavakhloatsam Blechevesechisha Blati, making the right and Blechevesichish Watlevechlaki Nesachni, and like I said in those videos, making time up. For that, I didn't say to change the attitude, what do you think we are? We didn't do that, and yes, I'm gonna editing what your honors asked me to say. So made in any argument and switched and forged and organized and learned and saw how possibly to masking everything like Policía Federal Argentina and Fuerzas Armadas naturally lives for and does all the time and keeps on kidnapping, raping, murdering, saying got to be because of the command. And lives on staging everything and forging and making that, like today, two horses. Sodoma, which horses doesn't belong to them, are not proper, neither donkeys, just Alemanias. They are going to write Alemanias and Alemanias will write them. Making a strategy and reading how, where, and how to taking out everything what I were doing. What is this doing to us? Doesn't want to blow. So suddenly, yes, blowjob. No, I don't want to, and I didn't want to. I were making the cold B word, watching you to put you dead. And I am not a cold B word. I'm gonna be who I am, and you're gonna know whenever I put you in the hell like I've already done to a lot of other perras. Den rebot lefech al chivisko al demat lefech al gishvot lechmat lechan chimim. And everything is clear. So suddenly all through this and much other, and you want. And suddenly I were and what do we do? And you're making mind control to me for it to behave this way and have the reasoning that you say you have. Making an altar of Umbanda Manskavu I Madinita Mambrekeda Baal Masfarot. With a little chicken, with a hamster sacrificed after you raped it, Sodom and Gomorrah. And with a platter besechli, with a stamp of mine, saying, I'm gonna put the faith by the evangelic's anointing. Maldita mierda, los voy a matar a todos, hijos de perra, van a morir pronto y lo voy a disfrutar. Refat lechem atleve sikish pot leve plechi chalkem atleve seveskob leve chalcha vapli vasmat leve seveskob leve chlakiva rechem atleve mesim, and we gotta be careful, they are dangerous. I don't underestimate the enemy. We don't get to get paranoid, but be alert. Everybody please, and be careful, be safe. Don't open doors lightly, and neither lightly. And don't open doors so like in citrusly. That's whenever there is a uniform that you never knew and you don't have the certain clear that he is trustful. do not. Unless if there's a Gearsman and an Azur. And Ophos, right. So, Reva blecha vasich ishvot leve blech bachal chani ki mi blecha vasuach leve ishkab leve seveshat lemira ad relecher. And the clear fact is, blecha chal vasuach what? So suddenly I worked just blecha lechishka simat and I just walked. And supposedly I've been inhaling and I've been provoking. Really. Alright, gable bachalachi visos loas but blecha divishkov blecha blecha mechim but lecha skishbo lecha blecha leisi but lema sech nemav. What you're running wanted to say, yes, exactly. Whenever that were the thing of the Telefónica of Argentina, X and Tel, stocks, Dow, pack that I had, those units, those 3,843 stock units that I had, Class C, Telefónica of Argentina, participation private property program. Private is not, but participation property program. With the employment, whenever Entel were privatized, I'm sorry, forgive me. This pergocide of the brazen crab of Christina Kirchner, saying that making proselytism like a chip, benskrivisfadi, genocider, embilser, or embilsmenter, bastarda viura, faker, robber, or thief, making theft and murder for, to making stars and staging and the title up. And playing the, I am the, oh my god, the people love me because I give them what they need. Yes, about Shanitas in the hell. All over. And murdering people that gives programs and projects for the real nation, for the making well to the people, for the, I am the star, if it wouldn't be for me, farra. Sorry for this. And the reality of so suddenly, I was seeking J. Jensen Cargo Company and sent an email after I saw Walcott Hotel and Riverside Hotel already said this. So in the middle of this all, J. Jensen received my email asking how much will be the cost with tax to transporting a Mercedes-Benz Class C compact on the cargo boat or however they to transporting. So suddenly in the middle of this were my confusion. They maybe thought Class C Mercedes-Benz compact. Where is the compact? There exists as one, a coupe. But exactly we were not aware, except for the sedan and the wagon, station wagon, which are awesome. But I thought compact Class A. So the bubble with wheels is beautiful and I love it. The Prime series is precious, but even though there's skills for that. So suddenly in the middle of this I will ever receive for a round, as my sister told me through the communication on phone, that she told me 79,000 pesos, and I had enough for the protocol that United Nations, being who I am, for United Nations and ICC to come to New York City with my own car. And I thought about that because of it's a beautiful compact and it's some good quality, good service, good product of Mercedes is awesome. And we're accessible for it to acquire, and also something which will ever be for the protocol, which is the Dash Belt and Cambers International Court of Justice, United Nations. Then at the reality of this, I will ever simply travel from Buenos Aires, Miami maybe, or Florida, and from there some transport or just riding myself. I needed the license, but yeah, it's just a license. Except of disability, I will need. Really? Be words. Sorry, forgive me, please. Alright, so suddenly in the middle of this all, before I will send or not Parra, Kirchner, commended for the control and destroying my life, for I did not escape, and they too give the control for Sodom and Gomorrah, making of our people and to me whatever they wanted. Coming to this is supposed to charge with the stage of the, right? Telling, do you have this person in your list? Do you? Yes, I do. Why? President is worried about this. Are you sure you are having this person? Yes. Because of he's gonna come to New York City of the gay tour. And don't you think that there are people knitting a lot of and help? Why don't you give the money to someone that needs it most? Like Carnival and Evangelics United to robbing me. What other night wanted I to have? And for it to not go away, for they to doing the shit they are doing to me and to us all, every day. So, aware about the reality of who I am and making up this class of a trivial shit with, I never said that, don't you see the liars and the forensics, go to masturbating yourself instead, kids, for child corruption, for the making that I the liar, pedazo de perras, with a pardon of you. And you, Kirchnerism, officialism, perras, queridos de presidencia y de gobierno, y de señores, y de que tengan que darles pleitesía, pedirles permiso de algo, perras del infierno, vayan al infierno a masturbarse también con Sodoma y Gomorra. Muéranse todos, hijos de perra. Yes, is what it's gonna happen. Shala! So, in the middle of this all, glema blevechal chaligimis fot levechlak, rechoma blevechal chivishkov levechlachimian bleveseveskima. Gablevechal chivishkov levechtachalak, man blechadishat diat matzilet plotuat kishkeve. The reality is simple. And I said to the P word, perro degenerado, dejate de robar, dejate de mentir y engañar a la gente, de corromper y andar haciendo negocios de marca, de pedofilia, de degeneración, y vas a ver cómo la gente va a tener que comer y de qué vivir, sin necesidad de que vos le andes sacando a la gente lo que es de la gente naturalmente para vos hacer tu negocio y tu mercado. Perro hijo de una maldita reventada del infierno. Like Christina Kirchner and the whole officialism are. Right. Yes. And I'm sorry the words. And still dares to keep on doing the same. And manipulation, masks and forges and organizers and, oh, can I be internated? Can I be in jail? Can I be... The allegations over my persons about these perras degeneradas is that I do genocide in the whole Latin America. I do genocide in the world on them governments, on them public faith persons, and I do destructions and conspiracy and espionage, and I rob to the armed forces and armies over all Latin America myself, and Jewish communities will do terrorism against the state because if they don't let them be up, and saying that they got to be pleased that they do. And there's the thing, of course, maricas y perras. Then at the reality of this, forgive me the violence again. Every time I just you know. So need medications. Gotta be in jail, and also there's the same for life. And in your dreams, perras. 12 years of jail for what I said in offenses. Trivial P word, perras del infierno. Understand, trivial shit. So suddenly expecting to murdering ICC, Israel government, US government, European Union States government, Russian government, and everyone around that are aware of the truth and fights for the rights of people and try to hold the states they represent and the people for the sanity, for the well. And because of they knows me and they knows I don't come around at all. Sorry, the word. And suddenly I was singing on the streets. Remember when we've held on, yes, in the rain. lost it. Oh boy, my love. 3 times. Can you hear me once again? Boy, we can take the night into tomorrow. I'm sorry, I am a little bit fatigued and bad sleeping. And suddenly, in the middle of the grand neighborhood, just on the streets, over my delirious at the other side of the Elohim, mobile. And the threat of this all over us, se nos fue el mundo a la mierda. Destruir todo, recomendame algo, armame algo, mátamelos a todos. Because of told them, perras, Policía Federal Argentina, hijos de una maldita perra, soltás a los judíos que metiste preso por toda esta causa, por todo este engaño, y dejás a la gente en paz porque esta persona lo hizo todo, y 9 octavas de registro vocal, en ópera de bajo a soprano, cantando sobre toda la avenida Mosconi, a todo su largo que la caminó, y sobre todo el espacio en Belgrano que cantó, a la altura soprano piano, canciones de Whitney Houston como Whitney Houston con su voz, fraseando como ella. No es un invento, ni un engaño, ni algo que vos con control mental, perra delirante atrofiada, puedas hacer. The problem is, people were murdered. And the problem is, I'm gonna put them all dead. And I'm gonna enjoy it. I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah and Kirchner's. For the justice, and with the justice, and will not be the trivial shit. Oh, because of you didn't scratch my plant, and because of I didn't receive whenever I were stimulated, and you had to serve for the cause because if I needed. Oh my God! Perros degenerados, los voy a matar y los voy a disfrutar. Then, trivial shit, you're gonna die because of your brazen shit, and you are not trade, and you are big words of Sodom and Gomorrah, and you enjoy it so longer. And Aníbal Fernández, sí, fuiste encontrado violando a un menor, y tus custodios violando a su madre y a su padre ya salieron del país. Porque dijiste que mandás, y no es la primera vez que lo haces, y dijiste que se conspira en contra de tu gobierno de nuevo, y que yo deliro y que deliran todos los que dicen que sos un pedófilo hijo de una maldita perra, y que sos una degenerada Alemania, y que sos un criminal psicópata, y sos una atrofia reventada como todo Kirchner. Y vas a pagarlo, hijo de perra. https www.pdrmcdmct mdr middle kaitas Monskal 7 command middle emotim, the simplicity of the terms, 1319 28 fours 17 ones 8 fours 9 zeros 6168 4143 middle says middle ODM for 1 point int systems recall F2 or F. Be creatively careful and on the frontiers. All tools work. This is May 29th, 2015. The rest that I had to say is all in the link. And I hope Claro to not be deflecting now for, oh, we gotta kill him to the armed forces because of his stolen. Perras van a morir. Sorry for this.